Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Folu and this is Get Candid with Folu, where we talk about everyday life issues. I bring in my personal opinion and that of any invited guests on the show. On today's episode, I will be talking about an aspect of parenting that I consider a little bit concerning, and that is when it comes to taking what does not belong to you or asking for permission before taking things that don't belong to you around the house. So the reason why this is something that I feel is dear to my heart is because growing up, I remember that in our household, you had to ask before you took anything. I mean, if it's food like lunch, breakfast, dinner, obviously you're not asking for that because that's food that is for you and stuff like that. But like you go into the refrigerator, I remember one particularly. My mom used to bake growing up, and she had these raisins in the fridge, and I wanted to eat raisins, and I went ahead and I took them, and obviously it was an issue because she was like, well, did you ask before you took it? And just little things like that were things that I imbibed growing up. And just because if something was not actually mine and it was not something that was in the refrigerator or the fridge or in the house for daily consumption, like, I mean, if it's soap has finished, I'm not going to ask, can I take another soap? Because that's normal for daily consumption. Raisins are not something that we eat as breakfast. It's something that she was using for her baking. And I decided I wanted to snack on raisins. Then I should have asked, because it's not the regular snack that we'll have in the house. And this is how I have grown up. This is how I think that, again, we are a product of our upbringing. That's part of what we tend to convey or what we tend to be when we grow up. So that has been something that personally is just in me. Even now that I'm older, like if my husband buys something in the house, like if maybe he went out and he bought food or something like that, and he did not say, this is yours, and it's like in the refrigerator and he's not home and I want to eat it, I will call him and I'll say, hey babe, can I eat this? Because I'm not just going to eat it, because what if he was coming home and in his mind, that's what he wants to eat. And then he gets there and I've eaten it. I mean, the disappointment. Yes, he can eat something else. But personally, if there's something in my head that this is what I want to eat, I'm looking forward to it as I'm going home. So if somebody has eaten it, I will be disappointed and probably, quite frankly, upset. So, the reason that I'm talking about this is I think that it's a little bit different in some other households. And please let me know how it is in your household in the comment section. Because I remember when I was working in Ibadan then, and I went to Lagos, and I had worked in Lagos and then moved to Ibadan. And so I went visiting to Lagos to one of my friends, and they have quite a large family, and I was in her house. I had ordered this cake that I liked when I was in Lagos, so I wanted to take it back to Ibadan. And I ordered it and it was delivered there. So it was in her house, in the kitchen. I put it in the kitchen because I won't go and put it in the room in my suitcase or in my bag, because it could get squashed up and crumble. So I put it in the kitchen and I went out, and before I came back, that cake was half gone. And I was very, very upset. I didn't say anything because, again, I was staying with her and all that, but I was very angry because I did not think that, if you didn't buy the cake there, why would you eat it? Or you ask. My friend herself was not the one that ate it, but it was her siblings that ate it. So it's like, no. So, and I think that that's probably how their household is. Like, there are many children. So it's like, we eat anything we see. If you don't want us to eat it, then don't put it there. Also, very recently, I had a friend who went to stay with one of her friends who has little children. And this, my friend, she eats very healthy. She's very, she eats very, very healthy. So she brought her food and her fruits along, just assorted fruits, some kiwi, mangoes, and stuff like that. That was not in the house. And she put it in the refrigerator, and she went out. Before she came back, the children had eaten the fruits. But she did not want to feel like an agbaya and say, why would you eat the fruits? So, but she was clearly not happy about it, because she's like, well, I mean, your mother or your father did not buy it there. So why would you eat it? But obviously, it must be that in that household, they don't see anything wrong with it. Their parents don't, there's no restrictions. I mean, things like that kind of, it rubs off wrongly on me, because I won't go as far as saying it's stealing, but I mean, it is taking what does not belong to you, what you did not buy there. So, but I would not call it stealing, just because, how that sounds. But yeah, I don't know. Again, it's upbringing. So yes, I want to know how you feel. Do you think that it's wrong, or do you think that children should be free to take whatever is in the house, to do whatever they want? Not whatever they want, but like if there's something in the refrigerator, they should not be restricted from being able to take that. Do you think that that's like restricting children and not making them free? Or do you think that they need to ask for permission? Obviously, you know where I stand here, because again, that's how I was brought up. Like, yeah, that's how I was brought up. But I'm open to hearing what you feel, and how, I mean, if you have some like examples of how you think that, this is wrong, like having children ask before they take things from the refrigerator that is not, things that are not part of their normal daily use. Like, I won't say ask before you take milk that you want to use to eat cereal. No, I won't say that. The only thing I will ask is, if that cereal is finishing, let me know. Don't come and meet me when it's finished that, mommy, there's no more cereal. That I don't like, but that's a completely different topic. So, yeah, so I'm not saying things like that, but I'm saying, like, in the house, if I bought, let's say, chocolate chip cookies, not chocolate chip cookies, sorry, chocolate chips, right? That maybe I want to use to make something. And then I get to the refrigerator, and the chocolate chips, you've already opened it and you're already eating the chocolate chips. Like, it's not something that is usually in the refrigerator. So if I bought it there, should you not ask? Or, I don't know, right? So please, I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Should they ask, and should they not ask? Tell me your thought process on this. I truly am curious, because again, you don't know what you don't know, right? How you're brought up is completely different from how another person is brought up in their household. And so I am really, really curious, and I want to know from you. So that's it from me on today's episode of Get Candid with Folu. Please like, subscribe, and share. Till we see you again, have a good one.